It's the Eagle Community Television Forum with your host, Gary Shorman.
Hi there, I'm Gary Shorman, and this is the Forum on Eagle Community Television. It's great having you watch along. Our guest today is Ginny Prickett, and Ginny is going to talk about one of the new programs that you might be interested in throughout the state of Kansas, especially if you're a senior. Our program is brought to you by Hayes Med. First out, CSEP. I talked about that when we were doing some promos earlier. CSEP is kind of a term that is an acronym for Senior Community Service Employment Program. Yes. And Ginny, tell me a little bit about that program and what it's intended to do.
Okay, the CSEP program is funded through the Department of Labor under the Older Americans Act. So it has been around for a little while. In the past, it's had some different names and different restructuring. But the program is basically to serve mature workers who are 55 years and older, who are low income in need of job skills training. And so what we do is we place them at nonprofit or government agencies to obtain that job training, and we compensate them with a stipend for that time that they spend.
What was interesting when I was talking about it and this program came down as something we'd like to have on the forum, it's like, you know, I haven't been in your building or near your building. It's like, where are these people keeping themselves? Because it's a great program. Where's your office, and then how do you find people?
Okay. My office for the Hayes region is on East 17th Street in the Romey building in Hayes, 1008 East 17th Street. We're down in the basement. And generally people get in contact with me by telephone or email. Occasionally people come in or they're referred to us by different agencies like Kansas Works or other employment services. So.
Well, if somebody comes in or calls you, whatever, what's the typical person? What's the story that goes along with that? Because you say you need to be a senior, right, 55 years or older to be able to participate. So what does that person kind of look like?
Well, a lot of our participants maybe have been retired for a little while and are finding for one reason or another that they need to get back into the workforce, but they're needing some updated skills. And so that's a lot of what we're doing, is helping people get updated skills, or perhaps they can no longer do the type of work that they used to do, and so we're helping train them in a different field. So for example, maybe we've had someone who used to do nursing, but can no longer do that, and so wants to learn office work, and so we place them somewhere where they can learn how to run a computer, how to work in an office setting.
Well, you do this across the state, I think 27 counties, right?
Right, I cover 27 counties in northwest and north central Kansas, and then I have several counterparts who cover pretty much the rest of the state.
You were showing me the list covering across Kansas. When you talk about needs, because agriculture, that's one of those needs sometimes, that, you know, just as business changes, agriculture changes, trying to find somebody who says, hey, I want to go back to work, but I don't understand computers.
Right.
Is that one of the typical things that you hear?
Right, yeah, we have a lot of participants who don't understand computers, even people who maybe did office work years ago, but it's a very different climate now. It's a very different set of skills that are needed.
What is the climate now for somebody in that position?
Well, for someone in the office work situation.
Or in general, are there jobs out there for somebody to retrain?
There are jobs. It is very competitive to get office type jobs, and so it is very important to have those updated skills, to have those skill sets that are desired today with knowing computers pretty much inside and out. But you know, there are just different types of jobs available today.
You know, one of the things that, you know, we talked earlier is that you see somebody that's gone through a career change, whether their job went away from their job or from health reasons they couldn't do the job they were wanting. It can be real discouraging. Is that a part of the role of what you play?
Right. I see a lot of participants who are discouraged. It is hard to get a job in some areas, especially the rural areas that we serve. And when you're a little bit more mature, advanced in age, it can be even more difficult to get that work. And so a lot of what we do is that support. So we're getting that job training, but we're also providing that support as they're searching for regular type of employment. So giving that support, helping them. The host agencies that have our participants, they have supervisors there. They're also providing that support. So it's a very important component.
What other agencies, you mentioned some earlier that you work with, because one, finding you is one of those things that somebody refers. Now, if you're watching this program, we'll talk about that in a little bit, ways that you can go about doing that, but what agencies do you work with? specifically?
Well, we work with a lot of partner agencies for referrals, so vocational rehabilitation, Kansas Works, DCF, those types of agencies. And then our host agencies that actually host our participants for the training, we have a wide variety of those. Sometimes we work with city offices, we work with a lot of museums, sometimes with schools, colleges. We have a lot of senior centers that have placements. So it's just a wide variety of industries and types of organizations that we work with.
And if somebody does need training, what are your partners for actually doing the training?
Well, like I just said, a lot of schools, museums,
Schools do that as well?
nonprofits.
Well, you said museums. Talk about that. What does a museum do training-wise?
Well, so for example, right now I have some participants at the Sternberg Museum who are learning how to work in the office, how to greet people and do the basic reception type skill sets. So.
Okay, well, we're going to come back. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and talk about how you, who may be watching right now, can interface and find out more about this program. Our program here on the Forum is brought to you by Hayes Med. Back after this.
It's a beautiful day in our super high-speed internet great customer service neighborhood. Like you, this is where we live. In fact, our company is employee-owned, so it's our goal to improve the quality of life for everyone in our community by delivering faster, more reliable internet, clearer, more feature-laden phone service, quality TV channels, all with the level of customer service you'd expect from people who are your neighbors. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Welcome back to the second half of our Forum program here on Eagle Community Television. If you have questions, ideas, solutions to community problems, let me know. Send your note to gary.shorman@eaglecom.net. You can also find us on Facebook under ECTV Forum. Our guest is Ginny Prickett, and Ginny works with a program called the Senior Community Service Employment Program, and it's a neat program for people over the age of 55, seniors who are looking for employment. Right. Where do they go to find you? We know where your office is, but if they want to do that, what can they go online, find about you online? What?
I don't have my own website, but the organization I work for, SARE Jobs for Progress National, does have a website that you can go to for more information. Generally, people are referred to us in different ways, and we try to get contact information out, but most people give me a call. I can give out my
name. Okay. What's your number?
Okay. 785-623-4006. You can always call our office. We can send out an application, or I can schedule to go meet people. That's one of the great things. I cover, 27 counties. I can go out and meet people in their counties and their towns to discuss a program, to do that paperwork.
So you can travel out, help them with that. If somebody needs to travel in, do you have help for them that way?
Right. Well, what we try to do with placements for the job training is we place people in the areas where they live. But sometimes, in these rural areas, people do need to travel to their site. And so sometimes we can help with mileage reimbursement or bus passes if there's that type of transportation available, depending on the funding that we have at that time.
And what's kind of unique about your service is that it's not just tied to Kansas, but you're actually working for a much larger company that's based out of Texas.
Right. SARE Jobs for Progress National is in Irving, Texas. They are our national grantee and cover about 8 states with the CSEP program. And there are other national grantees that have the program throughout the United States. So this program is found in every state.
Well, and you're doing a great job of promoting it here. Are you finding that the need is continuing to grow?
I think so. I think there are more people that are finding they need to go back to work. Maybe retirement didn't work out the way, or some people get kind of bored, and so there is that desire, but there is that need for that job training to get back into the workforce. So. Well,
Jenny, I hope that someone out there is watching or knows someone that they hunt you down and help get into the process for finding a new job and maybe something new to do.
All right.
Ginny Prickett has been our guest here on the Forum. The Forum is brought to you by Hayes Med and by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Hayes Med is your first and best choice for healthcare. They're the only facility providing tertiary level services in this region. With more than 70 physicians and 26 specialties ranging from heart, orthopedic, spine care, cancer, obstetrics and gynecology, wound care, rehabilitation and surgery, including the Da Vinci robotic surgery, Hayes Med is your comprehensive health provider for people throughout Western Kansas. Hayes Med, helping people be healthy.